friends, Namaste. Now today we are in China. The first time when I went to China, I was struck. I was awesome struck because that was not what I have expected. Earlier when I went to China, just for 3 days, very hostile people, not all the way what we expected out of for a foreign country to welcome the other foreign country. But this time it was totally different. Though this tour is done during 2008 when the Olympics was just to take place. And we were very happy to see the before the pre-Olympics era because we see the arrangements mounting up and the people getting ready with it. It was really so. Even we could see right from the immigration point of view, that's at the airport, they had beautifully had several counters, not one or two. And the people, only thing is the problem is the English language, but they were trying their best to cope up with the English language, like they were trained what to ask. So they would only ask that and they receive that. Anything little different, they'll be stuck. So they had given a special counter, 3 counters only for our group. We are about almost 40 plus. And there were other counters for the other nationalities like Americans and all Americans and Europeans. And they had so many counters for only Chinese people coming from Hong Kong, coming from Macau, and also the local Chinese traveling in and out. So it's an international airport. And they would ask they would look at you, they would ask the question, they expect one reply and that only you should say, and they would ask in a typical Chinese way, though it's in English. So what I did, I went ahead, I said, no, don't come here. I said, I'm the tour leader, I need to help my people because of the language problem, because they don't speak Chinese. I never told them you don't speak English. Then though they will pack me up there itself. So when I told them, they accepted, they understood. He took me to the counter. He told me to explain, it's not only me, there are other 2 people too. So I said, I will go to each counter and explain. So I took my passport. I showed my passport how it looks, not like the way they have. And I did the same thing. And I trained my people what to talk, what they would ask. So it went on smoothly. But this happens everywhere in Europe also, but in a different way. But this is a little more. Okay, now when we reached China, this is not what, again, as I told you, what we expected of. It's absolutely spring. Everywhere like a festival going to take place. You could see the countries getting set, even the village, even at the airport and on the road, everywhere the people were getting. They had this emblem of icon of Olympics. They had that ring that had in different colors and they had flags all over, and the country was just set to receive the people for the Olympics. That was a great experience. Now let me speak to you about the China before we enter in the video, because once you are into, I wouldn't be able to talk to you. This is the only time I get. Everybody say China is the superpower economically, and China is also the superpower with the population. No, how can you say India? You know why? India has a total of 2.87 million square meters of land, whereas China has 9.6 million square meters of land. Sorry, not 2 point, we are 3 point. Sorry, 3 point. So even when we are 3 point, China is almost 3 times above us, 3 times. Whereas as of 2019 calculation, not of the post-COVID time I'm talking, I don't know how many of them finished off over there, but still 2019, there are about 140 crores of the population in China. And whereas in India, already 137 as of 2019 statement. And in this, there are many not mentioned, whereas China, everything is well calculated and statement is up to the date and up to the mark. Whereas in India, I'm 100% sure there are still many people have no voter's ID card, have no Aadhaar card, no PAN cards. So how do you know it is accurate? The discipline in India, the discipline in China is totally different. One party ruling the country for so many years. Can that happen in India? Out of 140 crore people, when 80 crore people vote and they bring up a political party to rule the country. Next they will start Zindabad, tam, tam. They won't allow him to rule. And you give time to him to rule whoever it could be. Then you have a citizens forum. Find out and talk about the problem there instead of having so many other things, criticizing. Okay, I'm not talking politics obviously somehow. I just thought of mentioning here that between India and China, India, I feel, as far as our area is concerned, the most populated country. And so we are the superpower in population. Also, we are the superpower in English language, in education, and ability. Maybe money little we are less, and of course discipline very much different. If we have this discipline along with it, and we will really be the superpower. We don't need the 3 times land. Let them keep our Lord Shiva in Tibet, even then, because Shiva will be only looking at us. Okay, anyway, see the video we are giving over here, the Beijing city. There are mainly 2 cities, Beijing and Shanghai. And Beijing is like Delhi, very huge, everything is big, big. And Shanghai is like Mumbai, little crowded. And the economic power, the commercial capital of India is Mumbai. So the commercial capital of China is Shanghai. The cultural capital, the historical capital, the monumental capital you can call Delhi in India. Same way that's in Beijing in China. They're very close to many things, but they are very far apart in many things. Anyway, see the Great Wall of China today, the Beijing city, and also the good shopping, jade, silk, tea, etc., porcelain, etc., the remarkable shoppings which China has. So in this video, you are going to see all those things. Okay, so please don't forget to share, because in the coming days, I do not know the post-COVID, whether we would be able to take in the near future the China tour, because people are still worried and fearful whether they will have Wuhan, kind of so many other cities and areas where, the virus multiplied and mutated is waiting to see us Indians to capture us, catch us. So people may not go immediately. Also, there are problems in the on our as far as our ruling is concerned, politically, not politically, but we have problems militarily. Any time it may again crop up, then we would have problem with the visas, etc. So please share this video. So let people see what China looks like and what is in China. Not too many, but to an extent for a common person to understand, these videos are really very worth. So don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe those new people, and do not forget to comment, share and subscribe, and like if you liked it, and put your valuable comments. Thank you. China, officially the People's Republic of China. This is the world's most populous country, with a population of around 1.4 billion, means 140 crores as of 2019. Maybe after Corona, they would have probably faded away a little bit. Covering approximately 9.6 million square kilometers. It is the world's 4th largest country by area. So if you think that way, then India is the most populated country, because our area is not even half of China. So then we also 130 crores. According to that, of course, I think in the world, most populated country, as per the area wise, it is definitely India only. Let us be very proud of it. Also, most educated people. Tourism in China is growing industry that is becoming a significant part of the Chinese economy. The people from South Korea, Japan, India, USA, Singapore, Malaysia, all of them visit China every year, in fact. China is known for its architectural wonders, such as the Great Wall and Forbidden City. We are now reached the airport of Beijing. You can see the beauty. This is the time the Olympics, 2008 Olympics. So many people are coming. it became a show, it became a festival in China. You see, this is the immigration, nearest the immigration. You can't take the photograph of immigration, but those days we could almost do it. It's 2008. They have given an immigration counter separately for us, Chinese separately. Here our agent Wendy has come to receive us. We're waiting outside the airport for the bus to come. Everybody's still. This little girl is trying to get a butterfly. So cute. She's very happy that she's landed in China. She's one of the group members in the group. We always have children from sometimes 6 months and 1 year onward. And then we have people up to 80 years. So now we have gone to the Indian restaurant, Asian Star Spicy restaurant for the food. Because, by the time they reach, they're very hungry. This is the dinner, because it takes about good 2 to 3 hours, the airport clearance, luggage and immigration. This is our guide. And it's though the Chinese wearing dresses like Indians, like see Diwali dresses, Gagra choli kind of, and serving, but it's actually Chinese restaurant. You can see Chinese also eating aside. And in fact, even they also take Indian food, because Asia Star Spicy restaurant means mostly Indian, Malaysian, Singaporean, all foods. Now we are now gone to visit the Great Wall of China the next day. Everybody is thrilled to see the Great Wall of China. They see the only monument which one can see from moon is Great Wall of China. Since I have not been to moon, I really don't know how authentic it is. But the people say, so I also, maybe. So our people are wearing the blue cap of GNS, because, in these places, if one gets lost, we wouldn't know. There are other Indian groups also. But those days, not many Indian groups come over here. It's mostly, GNS has started taking groups. We started taking the tour to China right from 2004-5, when the first small FIT passengers gone from Manorama. I think it was Mr. Jacob Matthew, the executive director of Malayalam Manorama at that time, with his family. And he had about 30 days tour to China, including Chengdu and so many places. They have tried many people to give the itinerary. They could not. But then when they approached me, I could easily give. I think Mr. Santosh George Kulangara would have probably recommended or referred them. I don't know. But we did the work. I remember I was working throughout the night. It was raining very heavily, and reached the whole documents for the next morning journey by about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning to Malayalam Manorama's office in Cochin, Palamali Nagar. Now this is how the Great Wall of India looks from the top. The Great Wall, everybody knows about it. It's winding for about 6,700 kilometers from the LOC to Central Asia, known in Chinese as Changchang, or the Long Wall. Also they call in part of the Beijing Badlang. It stretches more than 6,000 kilometers over here itself, from the fortress of Shanghai Guan, the case, all the way to Jia Guan in the west, passing through Hebel, Tiananmen, Beijing, where the best preserved sectors of the wall can be visited, and Inner Mongolia, Ningxia and Gansu, averaging 6 to 8 meters in height, but rising as high as 16 meters. Now we finished the Great Wall of China and we reached the Jade shopping market. See, we have a lunch over here, very close to this place. See, Chinese have this habit, Chinese government, they're very funny, they're very particular, they're very economical and smart to the core. Every tourist from anywhere in the world come to China, they force them to go for the shopping. Because you have this tendency when you see something which you probably do not have in your country, tend to buy. There are jade items, porcelain items, and ornaments, and jewelries, and decorative items, whatnot. Because such a huge place, I feel like, I wonder that it's all semi-governmental. Because otherwise, government won't take so much of it. But they do. We should also learn from China this trick that you have to, every tour leader, every tour operator must be hanging each other, must be literally instructed to do this work. So that, the the economy grows. That's more important. Our buses are waiting here. They are very strict about, all the rules are very stringent. The guides must take every year the training. And every tour which they take, they should also sign over here in every shopping and restaurant place. This is another place we have come. The place we came for the lunch, and here you have all the, it's also a big shopping mall. But the shop which they are going to take us is to the porcelain factory, porcelain factory. And the cost is not that very cheap, but you don't get in many places. See, this is the place we have come for the lunch. So as you have the lunch, you have this porcelain factory to visit, and this is Jabardasti. You cannot say in minimum 40 minutes you should be inside. That's the rule they set at the time of giving the quote for the itinerary. You cannot avoid it. You can avoid it. You can avoid the whole shopping. Then you get the price something about 30% higher, which nobody want to do it. Otherwise, there is no escape. You got to visit. My customers were asking me this question, that why is it that every time they get upset? Because some of them do not want to buy. These are the celebrities' photographs they have kept so that people know that who all visited this place, and also the programmers. So you can see a number of items, very tempting. You feel like buying. But when you look into our kind of pocket, difficult. But of course the customers can buy, and they really bought and they enjoyed it, because shopping is a thrill, you see. Not everybody get to see the varieties of items. Oh my goodness, now I feel like buying. At that time I was going in with shooting and seeing my people not going here and there. That's why we compulsorily tell them to put the cap, so we are able to catch them wherever they are in the nearby vicinity. So this is how it goes. Isn't it great?